Home. I'm Amanda Brooke, and I am so excited because this is my first ever YouTube video. I'm a little nervous, but I have been wanting to start this channel for such a long time now, and I've just decided now is the time. I am just starting, I am ripping off the band-aid, and we're doing this, and I'm really excited to bring you all along for the journey into something that I hope is incredible. And so a little bit about me. I am a mom of two. I live in Virginia with my wonderful husband who is English, and our two crazy doodle dogs, which are actually just on the bed next to me right now. Bobby and Jenny, you will be seeing a lot of them on this channel. They are my constant shadows, always glued to me, so you'll be seeing and hearing a lot from them throughout the course of these videos. I am a retired high school art teacher, photographer, kind of entrepreneurial sort of gal with a love for all things art and design. And over the course of the past few years, since we moved into our home 3 years ago in 2020, shortly after that, obviously the world went a little bit crazy. We were very fortunate to get into this house when we did. The house during that time kind of took a major backseat because we had other things going on. We were kind of in survival mode. My husband was working from home all of a sudden. Kids' school was closed. We were homeschooling, and the house just kind of got put to the back burner. So 3 years later, the majority of the house still looks like we just moved in. A lot of it is empty. There's a lot that needs to be done. And being that we have moved so many times before this house, we really see this house as being our forever home. Little sidebar, we actually almost sold it and moved out of state in the fall just a few months ago. And we are very, very fortunate and feel very grateful now that those plans did not pan out and we're actually staying put, because when we bought this house, we truly envisioned this as being our forever home and somewhere that we could be for the long term and really take our time with making it our own. This house was built in the late 90s. It's kind of colonial style, but it's very dated, being that it was built in the 90s. And we have a lot of work to do to put our own flavor on it and really turn it from a house into our home. And that is what this channel is going to be all about. Over the past few years, I have really taken to getting really interested in interior design. Now, even though I have an art background, I am not an interior designer. I just love it and could spend hours upon hours upon hours looking at design, getting inspiration. And I also love to be hands-on when it comes to the design process, when it comes to building. I'm a big DIYer. I love the process of learning how to do something myself. I also have a great love of all things thrifted. I love special, unique, vintage pieces when it comes to furniture and decor. I love shopping thrift stores, estate sales, flea markets, antique shops. So I'll be bringing you guys from time to time on some of those shopping trips with me. But as I start to really dive into tackling this house, it was so important to me when we first moved in that we really take our time with it and do it right and do it thoroughly right from the beginning. So that's why a lot of the house still looks like we just moved in and is very empty, because we are finally getting around to it. So right now, I am in my daughter's bedroom. This is the only room so far that we have really started to dive into. This space looked very different when we first moved in. The couple that we bought this house from was an older couple. Their kids were older and out of the house, and it just, was not quite our style in terms of the decor. So as you can see, this room looked very, very different. Wall-to-wall carpet. The whole house was various shades of yellow, like you see on the walls here. When we moved in, we had the the majority of the house just whitewashed in a very neutral off-white, just to kind of live with until we got around to really thinking more about the design. You can see that there was a curved window seat in front of this beautiful window, and although it was a great feature, in practice it was not, because I have a 10-year-old daughter that lives in this space and it just became a dumping ground. What I envisioned it being and what it actually was just not right. So I decided that I really wanted to get rid of that, open up the space a little bit more, and make it more practical. So I started tackling her bedroom around a year ago, actually. And when things shifted in the fall and we actually had our house on the market to sell, the design of what I envisioned for her room quickly shifted, because it went from kind of being half finished and having this great vision in terms of the personality I could bring to it that would really reflect her, shifted to just making it, you know, ready to sell and appealing to the masses kind of thing. So there are some things that I almost have to undo and rethink design-wise in this space, because we went through that transition and now we're back to where we are and we're staying here permanently. So I'm really excited to get back into tackling this space. I have big goals for 2023 and what I want to accomplish this year in our house. I want to look back at the end of this year and have our house almost be unrecognizable in a lot of ways from where it started. And I'm really excited to bring you along on that process. I plan to do as much of the work myself as I possibly can outside of, you know, some of the bigger things that I don't feel comfortable tackling yet, like plumbing, some electrical work. But along the way, I want to do as much of it as possible myself so that I can learn some new skills and build my confidence and feel really good and proud of what I've been able to build and the home I've been able to create for our family. I have learned so much from this platform. It's amazing. So many other content creators out there that are sharing, and what you can learn just by watching YouTube is absolutely mind-blowing. And I feel so grateful to those creators who have put themselves out there, have been willing to make mistakes themselves so that they can learn and I can learn as a viewer. And that is what I really want from my channel as well. I want to kind of pass that on and be a channel where you can come and you can get lost a little bit and feel inspired and learn something new, and hopefully to feel more confident that you can tackle some of these things yourself as well. You can laugh at me when I make all the mistakes that I know I'm going to make, but to have fun and feel so accomplished in the process. So the next big thing that I'm going to be tackling in my daughter's room is the closet build out. Okay, so as you can see, her closet is not very big. Her bedroom is massive for a child's bedroom, but her closet is actually not that big. And when we were painting and ripping out the window seat and all of that, I ripped out her old closet organization because it was just not efficient. It was not a good use of space, and I had planned on building it so that it looked more like a custom closet. But again, when we had plans to potentially move, it wasn't really going to be worth it for me to put all that time and energy and money into the closet build out. So I ended up just hanging some simple rods and a shelf. Now my plan is I have a couple of these are just IKEA dressers, and my plan is to use one this side and one on this side as the base of the closet. So she has drawer storage for clothes in her closet, and then I plan to build this out with additional hanging space and spot for shoes and other storage. The ceilings on this upper level are 9 feet, so it's great because they're nice and big and open, but right now and her closet before, just there was so much dead space at the top of this closet. So I really want to be utilizing that better. So in my next video, I'll be walking you through my plans for the closet and how I'm actually going to start building it out. And I'm really excited to get this space done. Now, something that I have been wrestling with, and I would love your opinion. If you could leave me a comment below what you think I should do. So the color of her walls obviously is this really dark, moody green, which I love. It's called Hunter Green by Benjamin Moore. It's such a beautiful, rich color. Her favorite color is green, my favorite color is green, and we wanted to go with something really bold and fun in here. When we first painted it, I loved it, but the more I've kind of lived with it, it just feels so dark to me. On a day like today, where it's actually a nice sunny day and she has this nice big window, it's not too bad because this side of the house is south facing. She has a beautiful view out her window, so it gets a lot of natural light, but it still feels dark to me, even on a bright sunny day. And when it is a cloudy, gloomy, rainy day, it is so dark in here. And so I'm actually considering repainting it. But I'd love your opinion. So I will put a few swatches of other colors I am thinking about on the screen. So leave a comment below. What do you think? Which color do you prefer? Or do you think I should leave it this color that it is now? I really can't decide. And then going forward, other things we're going to be doing in here, the ceiling really, really bothers me. Because this space is so big, the ceiling just feels so flat and boring and lifeless. So I would really love to bring some elements to the ceiling. And then otherwise, it's going to be just a lot of finishing touches. I would love to hang some curtains. I don't love the rug. Again, it was something that I chose just very quickly when we were putting the house on the market. And I want to get a lot of really fun artwork on the walls just to bring her personality into the space, some funky decor pieces, and really just bring it to life. And then I don't know if I will tackle this next or maybe move on to my son's bedroom next and then come back to bathrooms. But I also really, really want to redo her bathroom space. Just desperately needs it. The white tile that's in all of the bathrooms in this house has got to go. It is the worst to keep clean. And really just bring it into 2023. It needs an update desperately. And I'm excited to tackle that space as well. And then her room and bathroom will be finished. Then we're going to be moving on to my son's bedroom, and then the master bedroom, our closet, our bathroom, and then we're going to be heading downstairs. The downstairs is going to be a much bigger project. The longer we're in this house, the more that we've lived with it, and we have really come to know like what's working, what isn't working, what we really want to change. The projects kind of just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but I'm really excited to start tackling it and see this house really transform over the next couple of years. It's going to be a lot of house projects, some behind the scenes kind of fun thrift shopping. I source a lot of pieces of furniture and decor from Facebook Marketplace, thrift stores, estate sales, auction houses, all of that, because I love to bring that one-of-a-kind, unique feel into every space. I love when a room feels very individual and like it has a personality, it has a history that you just can't get if every piece that you buy is, you know, from more of like a big box store. and something that's mass produced. I'm more of an old soul. I love the uniqueness of those older pieces and doing a nice mix of both old and new. So if all of that is exciting to you, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much for joining me on this intro video. I will get better at this, I promise. My hope as well is that at the end of this year, I will look back on this video and I will absolutely want to like crawl in a hole and just die and cringe because of how terrible this first video is. But you gotta start somewhere, right? So thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Are you gonna help me with all these projects? You're just gonna watch and sleep.